Bhagavan Buddha, glorious, conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, Samyak, Sambuddha, endowed with wisdom and merit, gone to bliss, knower of the world, the unsurpassed, steers mutiny beings, teacher of humans and gods, Bhagavan Buddha, glorious, conqueror Shakyamuni, I prostrate, offer, and go for refuge. To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, Samyak, Sambuddha, endowed with supreme science, stainless moon of a face, like gold in color, homage to you.
My name is Geshe Thupten Dorjee. That's the mantra. That is the mantra. That you overcome continually suffering. You overcome source of suffering. I'm a Tibetan Buddhist monk. I'm from Devon Losling Monastery University. And I studied 25 years Buddhist philosophy and 3 years studied Tantric Buddhist philosophy. I believe I came here for others. So my life is dedicated for others. That's the me, and that's what I do, whatever I can help other people.
In the towering Himalayas, between South Asia and China, Tibet has always been, in the eyes of the world, a legendary kingdom of peace and tranquility. In 1950, Tibet was occupied by the armies of Communist China, ending a long period of Tibetan self-rule.
In 1959, after the Chinese occupation of Tibet was complete, the Dalai Lama had gone into exile in India. Approximately 80,000 Tibetans left Tibet and followed him. Geshe-la's family left Tibet as well and came down into a refugee camp in Bhutan.
My family arrived to Bhutan early 60s, late 50s. Often we invited the monks to do chanting for our house. Their lives dedicated to help other people. Inspired me. Around 72 or 73, I went to India for study Buddhist philosophy.
When we joined the monastery, both me and Geshe Dorjee, when we were young, 14, 13, 15 years old, we have the same teacher. I think I'm also able to become a Geshe, primarily with the help of my classmate, especially like Geshe Thupten. We don't have any deliberate idea or plan to go to America, but somehow our spiritual navigator navigates us to be in America and also in the south of America.
We started inviting the Mystical Arts of Tibet group to come perform here. And in 1996 was when Geshe Dorjee came and performed and was an instrumental part of the group that came to Fayetteville at that point, and we met for the very first time. Dr. Burris expressed some interest in pursuing spiritual practice in Tibetan Buddhism, and the Dalai Lama was giving the Kala Chakra initiation in Toronto, and I guess it was 2004. He and I spent 5 days there getting this teaching from His Holiness the Dalai Lama.
One day, we're walking across the pavilion during a break in the teachings, and there are thousands of monks, all of them in the red robes. And Bill looks up and suddenly yells out, "Hey, I know you." And it's Geshe Dorjee that he knows. So he calls Geshe over and he introduces Geshe to me, says, "Hey Geshe, this is Sidney Burris." He teaches at the University of Arkansas. We kept in touch, and in 2006, I brought Geshe here to teach full time.
We're going to have this class, we have around 17 students. They don't know what they're getting into.
I've always thought there was something deeply karmic about the university putting a class in Tibetan Buddhism in the business school.
I know.
This is the monument to materialism, and here comes the antidote to materialism.
Morgan. Okay. Hannah.
Here.
And Jared. Okay, and I didn't call your name, then you need to get out.
You have an opportunity over the next semester that only falls to a very, very, very few people. And that is to be able to be in the presence of and study with a Geshe. The Geshe degree, which takes 25 years to accomplish, is considered by Tibetans to be a kind of treasure vase of all Tibetan knowledge and culture that is valuable, memorized and downloaded into his mind.
Okay, everybody got their copies. We're going to cover today 6 perfections. That wonderful subject. You're giving gift to other people just for driven by love and compassion, wish others are free from suffering, wish others are joyful, which is mean empathy and a good heart. Not beyond than that. This is my around 50 year teaching at the University of Arkansas under Fulbright College. I love to teach university students. They are undergraduates, and their mind has never been explored Buddhism or Tibetan culture, don't have any clue, and so the interest is very high. It's totally different than I deal with the Tibetan students and Dhamana students. We late 5 minutes?
Yeah, we got 5 minutes.
5 minutes late, yeah, 5 minutes, okay.
5 minutes, okay.
Our giving should always be unconditional and selfless, completely free of any selfish desire for gratitude, recognition, advantage, reputation, or any worldly reward.
Before every exam that we would take, we would meditate.
But you don't want that. You want a big tool for that reason you retaliate it. But your reaction is victimizing, not as a big tool. That's what it means, reality is.
One thing in particular that he did teach me was how much control I can have over my mind. That has gone, I've used that in all different aspects of my life. I mean, that's one of the things that got me through a 5K I ran last semester, was just being able to control my mind.
You need to stretch as far as possible. Thin is ever thin, you know? Stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. This you can make yourself your home. Throw it here now. Okay. Don't play with my dog.
I won't.
Professors are professors to teach things that are important to them, and I think that's the same way with Geshe. But I also believe that Geshe is here for maybe a deeper purpose, you know, a purpose that's cultural, a purpose that's deeply intellectual and deeply spiritual, and in that way he touches his students on a level that professors who are just doing their job can't do.
The thing that students kind of instantly realize is how Geshe's classes become more of a dialogue between a friend than it does between a student and a professor.
Okay, enjoy.
Are you gonna bless me, Geshe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, hey, come on. He's too heavy, too strong, I cannot beat him down. But I try to wrap up his rope throughout. He cannot do that without rope.
He's won the Alumni Association Teaching Award, and that is an award that typically you receive after you've been here a while.
Fear is a big part of us, very difficult to, see that way. And begin to develop these things are openness of your mind, your heart.
Geshe won it after he'd been here for 2 years.
My job is not about I come here for a boarding and people become Buddhists, but yet remember my doors open 24/7. Anybody love to learn, and under my guidance I will independently do so. And as I teach university students with the totally education, academic, nothing to do with the religion or not religion. How you need antidote or overcoming anger is you need to overcome source of the anger, not anger itself. Source of anger. No cause, no result. You feel like you're weak with anger. Reality is anger is going to destroy your life. They're not taking my class because they're interested in Buddhism. They're not taking my class because they are interested in Tibetan culture or Tibetan history. And they are interested because they are interested to overcome their self-destructions.
It turns out that Tibetan culture has a lot to say to the American situation. I think that accounts for why these classes that we have put together have been so popular. Basically, the logic of the text program is we take 15 students with cameras, we go to India, into the refugee settlements, and we get the elderly Tibetans with a translator, and we just do an oral history.
파파일라 강에메트 치누쇼 데닐라 강에메트 야포지 차네 데게 그녀 지나는 파일라 로지리나 아마 somba pegasaji sonta tani chilana me chiligi chupakanchi mun yaboji dalhi turogana papaga.
More than anything, what it gives the students is some sort of sense of an obligation. So once you go over there and you meet these refugees and you sit down in their houses and you see the way that they live, once you come back, I feel like it's hard to go on with a normal life after that. Overall, the text project really makes you strive to do something better in the world.
Students sat by these Tibetan orderlies, many of those are in Chinese jails. Still, they don't have this animosity, anger, hatred toward anybody. Students can see that.
The text project was certainly an eye-opener about a way of life that we can obtain. Ever since the text project, I've been trying to remember to forgive everyone and, just throw love at a situation whenever you feel hurt.
They come back, they begin to see my problem is a comparison them nothing. They begin to change their life.
In the community, he teaches Buddhists, or he teaches people who are curious about Buddhism as a spiritual practice.
Even if some should proclaim unpleasant things about me throughout the 3,000-fold universe.
It's an extraordinary opportunity for them because they are getting a very authentic version of Buddhism. But the members of this community have now access to an authentic, Buddhist teacher who has been trained by the greatest Tibetan Buddhist teachers of his generation.
So Chebo puts this in a larger perspective, recognizing...
My name is Scott Johnson. I'm a Buddhist practitioner. A lot of what you see in American Buddhism is kind of real showmanship. There's a lot of showmanship. There's a lot of hocus pocus. There's kind of a lot of glitz around it. But the philosophy isn't really strong. And with Geshe, you have a teacher that is really solid and legitimate.
Okay. What do you think? You guys are singing bees or not?
I'm seeing him like planting seeds.
What do you think? Let me see how tasty it is. Whoa! Spicy.
In some people, that seed is taking root very quickly, and they're learning, and they will teach. In some people, the seed is a little slower to grow, but I believe it's changing people in their personal lives, how they relate to their families and the community.
And just enjoy. I'm glad you'll come. And just enjoy it. If you need more tea, if you need more cook, no problem. No problem. Okay. Just enjoy.
Some are looking for Buddhism.
To the Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, Samyak, Sambuddha, endowed with wisdom and merit, gone to bliss.
Some people are just looking for proper spiritual guidance. But all the teachings, I think, are going to change everyone's lives for the better and create an incredible community of real compassionate people that are really stretching themselves to help each other, help other people.
These virtues accomplished through diligence, with the wisdom free of the three spheres, to dedicate them to enlightenment.
We had, I think, probably close to 75 people there the first evening that he came and spoke at the Unitarian Church there in Eureka. And it was just, you know, it was just amazing. And the journey began at that time.
Ultimately, everybody wants happy. If you see one good quality of your enemy, it's a huge relief. Huge relief. It's not about that person, remember, it's about you. Ultimately, you need to get over with this hatred, anger that you live within forever.
He just has a way of transmitting information, and more than information, knowledge and loving kindness. The other day, Patty said, "Bill, are you happy?" And I realized that for the first time in my life, I could say, yes, I am happy.
It is strewn with thousand-petaled lotuses, captivating the hearts of all. These are the offering objects arising.
I'm just trying to live my life full of loving kindness and full of sharing and helping others. And he has taught me that.
Simultaneous with bliss, we offer some.
The high school kids are some level mature, some level immature. Particularly psychological matters. The kids are a lot of confusions, a lot of destruction of their lives. Not do these things in high schools, even go to elementary schools. Make sure sense come out here, okay? So you hold this one like this, gentle. Don't do like this, okay? Just relax, okay? Relax, and relax very important. Relax, then it come out like this, gentle. See? Like this. Whatever it is, good or bad, everything is momentarily changes, known as impermanence. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, push inside. You put a lot of effort to make this possible. It's okay to let go. That's the significance for this. It's a concept of impermanence.
On March 10th, 2010, I got up early. It was still dark, and I was checking my email as I was walking down the steps in the dark, and I saw I had an email from the office of the Dalai Lama. It began, responding to your invitation of 2007, His Holiness would like to visit the University of Arkansas on May 11th, 2011.
We invited His Holiness Dalai Lama to Arkansas, which is he did. In Korepo, we have around 4,000 students, altogether 25,000 people show up.
When His Holiness accepted our invitation, he gave what Geshe and I are trying to accomplish here a kind of credibility that no one else could have provided for us.
On that fundamental human level, we are same. I want happy life. You also want happy life. Different sort of family background, different sort of level of education, wealth, rank, or different faith, different color. These are secondary. What is important? We are human beings.
It was during the Dalai Lama's visit to our campus that an anonymous donor stepped forward to fund the retreat center.
When the land came available and the money came available, Geshe, one of the benefactors in Sydney, asked me to come up here and build a Buddhist retreat on top of a mountain. Sculpting a side of a mountain to something that we all can walk on, the ideas, the energy, it was all there, and it was all there because, you know, the energy that surrounds Geshe and the people that support him.
Well, I bought this land in 1994. I've had a very bad car wreck that totally disabled me. And I spent my time out there at the cabin and out there on the land. The land helped me heal my body and my spirit and my mind. My primary purpose for giving the land was that it would benefit other people. Geshe needed a place where he could teach.
It's a place allowed to take students, can teach them how to develop mindful mental health meditations, whether they are Buddhist or not Buddhist, everybody can benefit. That's my aiming is.
To find a monk who is comfortable living among Americans and finding his way through this complicated, extremely materialistic American culture is just something that is very rare. And even rarer still is his ability to relate to that very specific demographic of the college student.
Since I come to Arkansas, acceptance incredible, particularly since His Holiness Dalai Lama came to here May 11 last 2011, big changes. I'm very proud of a lot of my students. Desire attachment, that's something you fear, the losing that you got. I can see they are tremendously transformed, going path of the spiritual development. They are learned tremendously.
Greatly compassionate protectors, omniscient teachers, a merit field of oceanic qualities.
They can pursue their goal of happiness for themselves Whether they become Buddhist or not Buddhist, that's the point. Point is the message of non-violence, love and compassion, and that can reach to in a corner of the world